Jackson Podcast.
By Cooney went undetected by Joe Cortez.
Good inside uppercut by Foreman.
Come on, let's go. Work on it. Come on. Not that shit.
Oh, and look at the left. Come up and slice it up. And Jerry Cooney's in big trouble. He's ready to go. And there he goes.
2, 3.
Now let's see if he's learned anything about how to survive, because he's got a minute and 8 seconds left.
Oh, and that's it. And I don't think this fight's over. This fight's over. George Foreman blows away Jerry Cooney in the second round.
And he came over here to ringside and winked.
And Jerry Cooney is not close to getting up. A minute and 57 seconds of the second round. George Foreman makes believers of some. I don't know how many.
What's poppin' with y'all, man? Thank you for tuning in to my content. Thank you for being subscribed to my new platform. This platform is a platform where we educate through hip-hop, through politics, through trending topics, through sports, culture, and a multitude of things. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to George Foreman, a legend, a man that won 2 heavyweight championships, an author, a minister, an Olympic gold medalist. You know, he retired and came back at 46 to win a heavyweight IBF title. He retired in 97 with 76 wins, 68 knockouts, 5 losses, and he's in the Hall of Fame. But you know, what he is most remembered for is the Rumble in the Jungle in 1974, where he suffered his first loss to Muhammad Ali. Being known for losing is crazy. Being known for that loss, or specifically that loss, but I can just imagine, I wish I was alive during those times to where I could have seen a boxing match held in Africa with Nelson Mandela in the audience, and just an experience that we may never get again. I never seen no fight of that magnitude or heard of a fight that magnitude, and him just being a legendary individual alongside Muhammad Ali, who you can see in the back here in my podcast room or whatever. Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X on the picture. I celebrate those guys. I celebrate our culture, black people in general, the trials and the tribulations and the things that we had to deal with. But rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. On this episode, we're going to talk about a lot of things. You know, a week seems like a long time now. So I'm looking out at the media space in the culture, the YouTube media space, and I seen where Big U was wanted for his involvement in the Rolling 60 Crips. And I immediately thought about No Jumper. I thought about Brick Baby. I thought about Whack 100 and just Nipsey Hussle. I thought about a lot of things. Then the day after that, Yella Beezy got picked up for capital murder of Mo 3, paying someone to take Mo 3 out. Then the day after that, I see in the media where Sauce Walker and his team was in my home state, not my hometown, but in my home state of Tennessee. And some things transpired in Memphis where he lost one of his artists and he got shot multiple times in the leg. Now we're going to start the conversation off with the podcast off with that Sauce Walker conversation. But we got a plethora of things to talk about. We got to talk about Ye's new album, Bully, and the things that he's doing on Twitter and the phone call that he had with Diddy. We're going to talk, we're going to have a couple of female conversations too. I want to talk about Jess Hilarious' wild rant and her going back to work the next day at the Breakfast Club after ranting. And then I want to talk about the divorce with Tiana Taylor because I think that's interesting. And you know that we've been doing a playlist on this channel with Dr. Eric M. Hamilton about the divorced man. And I think that some of the things that I've learned throughout his book and throughout interviewing him, I can have that conversation about their relationship and Iman Shumpert and, you know, the things that she obtained and all of that, because it was a whole ruckus cause behind that divorce and behind the statements that was made and all of that. But before I get into that conversation, I want to play this clip celebrating George Foreman.
George Foreman Grill. How did that idea come up in?
Lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine. You know, I had become the darling of Madison Avenue. I did everything. Doritos, Pepsi-Cola, McDonald's, commercials everywhere. And then a friend approached me and said, George, you're making all these other people rich. Why don't you get your own product? So we started this joint venture. Right. And this little ugly thing, I said, I don't know. And my wife used it on the side. I didn't even know it was there.
Right.
I tried it, and I went out to make it work. I wasn't afraid at all. And that's the way you do it, though. And not realizing that you may see Ford, Chevrolet, whoever, still room for someone else to do something equally as big, a name brand. You just gotta work.
Salute to the brother, man. You just gotta work, man. You just gotta work. You know, I remember buying that grill as a teenager and using it on steaks and chicken, and it had the grill marks in it, and it rendered the fat. I thought he came out with a masterpiece, an indoor grill. Salute to George Foreman one more time, man. Condolences to the family, condolences to his children, his grandchildren, and just the people that he impacted life. You know, before we get into the conversation, how are you impacting people's life? Because it's easier said than done. You know, that's what I'm going to keep going back to on this podcast. It's easier said than done. I might need to make a t-shirt saying that, to be honest with you. It's that being an impact in people's life is important because, you know, you don't want to just be a burden to people. You want to be able to assist people in life and not be a hindrance. And when I look at the propaganda and the promotion of what's going on in the culture and in hip hop and in the black community, everything that's being promoted is foolishness and dumb shit and hip hop and gang culture and violence and in a non-structural way. And the first topic I want to talk about on this podcast is Sauce Walker being shot in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, before I get into this conversation, I want to talk about you know, Memphis is a place to where you have to have your head on a swivel. The reason I say that is because it's a lot of people that is poor. It's a lot of people that finances ain't where they would want them to be and where they should be. And when you're dealing with that amount of people that's living below the poverty line, you're going to have violence because they're dealing with lack. Now, this guy, Say So P, he posted something on his Instagram with him and Sauce Walker at a hotel room. And you can see which hotel they was located at in the imagery. Now, another thing I want to talk about on this podcast is snitching on yourself and telling on yourself. And that's the same way that Buddy from New York passed away by posting his location. I forgot the brother's name. But he was a pivotal artist when he went to California and he posted his location and they came and found him. These people in these streets is hungry, man. And they willing to do anything to take you out and get a piece of that money. But with that being said, let's play the clip of the news of what they had to say about this Sauce Walker and Say So P thing. And then we're just going to further the conversation. Real talk.
Memphis police are investigating a deadly shooting right in the heart of downtown Memphis. Thanks for being with us. I'm Shay Arthur. A second person was also seriously injured in that violence that broke out in broad daylight this afternoon. WRG's Tia McKenzie has been gathering information about the case all day. Tia, the scene is right there off of FedEx Forum, right in front of it. What are officers telling you happened?
That's right, Shay. Now, as you can see behind me now, the scene is still pretty active. I'm going to step aside and allow you to see those wave of blue lights. Now, the shooting happened around 2:40 this afternoon in the 100 block of George W. Lee Avenue. Police are calling the shooting a targeted incident. Several police vehicles and crime scene tape blocked off parts of downtown Memphis as they tried to piece together what happened. Police say the suspects got out of a car and started to shoot at two victims. Detectives from the Real-Time Crime Center tracked the vehicle as it fled outside of the Memphis area. Now, one person is dead and another is in critical condition at Regional 1.
So we're convinced that vehicle has fled the downtown area. We certainly want everybody to be on the lookout for this white vehicle. We put out a citywide broadcast on that vehicle. Currently, we have detectives from the homicide unit. We have detectives from the CSI unit on the scene conducting the investigation. Hopefully, we'll be able to develop suspect information real quickly.
Police did not tell us what kind of white car they are looking for, but did say they are looking for multiple suspects at this time. Now, if you have any information on this crime, contact Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Reporting for your news leader in downtown Memphis, Tia McKenzie, WRAG News Channel 3.
Good shit, man. What you talking about? Head to toe them people, man. Got this shit on bankroll, go yard, diamonds, all this shit, man. We having this shit, man. See what the fuck going on. Holding this shit. The sauce away, man. Still holding those. Forever holding, putting it, gravity unit, G unit. Sauce shit, man. Here's the
Trevor Jackson Podcast.
You know, one would think that posting on social media and posting like shout outs and showing your people, it's kind of getting old. Like being discreet, it's a value in being discreet. And I'm not trying to say this to like minimize. The guy could have been, P could have been trying to protect himself. And who would have thought that somebody would have seen that they was in a hotel room, widened the image, looked at what hotel room they was at, and then went down there and waited on them. Now, there's rumors in the street that he owed people money, that he got over on people, that he participated in street activities. So when you participate in those things, you know that it's only dead, jail, or you got to get yourself out of it some kind of way. So it's hard to sympathize with people that participate in street activities. Just my opinion. But it shouldn't go down that way. It shouldn't happen that way, though. But Memphis is a different animal, man. I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the year I moved here was the year that those boys from Memphis shot young Dolph Call 100 times downtown, right smack downtown in front of the police station. So it ain't no sympathy when you in the streets, and nobody really cares about you when you in the streets and living that street life. So your first instinct and interest need to be in protecting yourself. Real spill. Now, I seen something and I seen this going viral and people talking about it, but his security was on Instagram, and when they was at the club, his security was live. Like, why is his security doing this on Instagram Live?
Shit going on, man. Get with this shit, man. Get with this shit, man. Get with this shit to get rolled over, man. No way out. No way out.
I swear Memphis is another planet, man. You know, it's a real life Wakanda. And, you know, I speak about uplifting the black community all the time and stuff like that. And I talk about reparations and the foundation of black Americans and creating structure for our people or whatever. But when I look at the city of Memphis and I think of the leadership and I think about that time those guys killed that boy and chased him down. I forgot his name, but I did a podcast on it about a year ago, and me and Judge Joe Brown talked about it. And they killed him and they beat him down half to death. And I think about the leadership and the police, and they got street dudes in the police force. Memphis is a different place. Like, I wouldn't want that to be my security guard. I would want somebody that is, you ain't interested in being on social media. Your focus is protecting me. And he got a lot of scrutiny for this, and they were saying that he was SOPs and Sauce Walker's security when they was in Memphis, but he was there for that night while they was in the club. Now, what's crazy is that you could tell them boys was really outside that whole day and night, because they had the same thing on, leaving, going to the club. The day done changed. The sun back up. The shooting happened at 2:00, and they got the same outfits on from last night. So them boys was really outside. I would say doing too much, especially in Tennessee. Them country boys well rested, ready to pop something. And the security got backlash because people thought that he was protecting them for the whole time that they was there. But that wasn't the case. And he released this statement saying that all that trolling ain't gonna do nothing but get one of you embarrassed. I wasn't with Sauce or Say So this morning. I was at work. They booked me to escort them to reservations and be with them while they was in there last night. And we did exactly that. After that, we went separate. Was anything that happened after that had nothing to do with me and was out of my control. I don't know why the look of that guy concerns me. When I think about Memphis and I think about the police department and their security guards and everything, it's just a place that I really don't want to go to. Memphis, real talk. The way they did Dolph, the way they've been killing people for years, even cities close to it, Jackson, Tennessee, it's just I have a negative connotation about Memphis and people dying in Memphis, and I just want to see more positive, and I want to see the community come together and just stop this foolishness, because they are the city with the highest murder rate per capita. Like, you get people like people talk about Chicago and New York City, but in our reality, Memphis is smashing that with 600,000 people. Those other cities that people talk about got 8 million, 6 million, 5 million people. The violence in Memphis is so high, it's embarrassing to the black community, because we know that it's a 90% black city. And that is a representation of us. That's how they feel about us. They perceive us to be participating in those activities that y'all doing in Memphis, and that's not a reality of the majority of us. So y'all need to tighten up down there. And rest in peace to Say So P. Sauce Walker, he put out a statement and a video of him with the bullet wounds or whatever, and he's in the hospital. He recovered or whatever. And, I just wish these brothers well. I wish these brothers safety. And as long as people are struggling financially, this is going to continue on. Ain't nothing going to change. Because you got the people that's up, that's promoting that they up with the chains and the jewelry and the designer on. And you got the wolves looking at them like food. Let's move on to the next conversation, man. So, Thursday, I seen all over the internet, my algorithm was looking crazy, the news on Yella Beezy.
And we have two breaking news stories tonight, starting with an update on a rapper gunned down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo 3. Cole Sullivan is live at the county jail. These are well-known rappers in the Dallas hip-hop scene.
Chris, Yella Beezy's top single, It Put It On Me, it peaked at 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now he's in the Dallas County Justice Complex behind me on a capital murder charge, accused of hiring a hitman to kill a fellow rapper. This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon, on the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges. But now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man. Police say Yella Beezy, whose top song That's On Me, hired that 22-year-old and promised him cash for killing Mo 3. A grand jury handed up an indictment this week and booked Marquise Conway tonight. The killing of Melvin Noble, known as Mo 3, led to an outpouring of grief from his fans. Dozens held a memorial outside Dallas City Hall that week. He once was friends with the man now accused of hiring someone to murder him. The killing has long been suspected to be the result of a rap feud. We reached out to Yella Beezy's legal team tonight and have not heard back. We're waiting to hear back on a bond amount for him as well. We'll bring you updates tomorrow on Daybreak. Chris.
All right, thank you, Cole. You know, we've been following Yella Beezy's career, and this isn't his first run-in with the law. Go to WFAA.com, where we posted a story on his previous arrests, as well as the time he was shot several times in 2018.
You know what's interesting about this? They was calling it a RICO, and I started automatically thinking about the Young Thug case, because the Young Thug case was a state RICO, and this is also a state RICO. And in Texas, bond is mandatory. I didn't know that. Like, you have to allow bond in Texas. So Yella Beezy most likely will be coming home soon. But what I have to say about this is that it's tragic. What's very tragic to me is that people are identifying gang culture, violence, and street activities with hip hop, when hip hop is an art form. I don't want to connect that, even though it's not even an element of hip hop. It's just a part of hip hop, the street and the gangster culture. It's just taken away from the art, because we see so many people go to jail, get killed. Mo 3 was a very talented brother. Yella Beezy was very talented. He reminded me of Pimp C. He just wasn't seasoned enough to be as great as Pimp C. But I want to sympathize with people in the streets. I really do. Because I come from the projects and I come from the streets, and I know you get yourself into certain activities and certain things going on in the streets because you don't see nothing else, and you feel like you don't have a choice because you don't know nothing else. And I want to sympathize with these boys, but I listen and I watch and I see how people smile and perceive themselves to be tough, and I really can't sympathize with y'all, dog. I really can't do it. And after listening to this brother break down their beef, and I was on TikTok, it made me have a whole totally different perspective of their beef.
Y'all been knew the situation between Yella Beezy and Mo 3. Mo 3 got on the track and bragged about shooting Yella Beezy multiple times. Bragged about killing Trap Boy Freddie Homeboys multiple times. So I understand his mom and friends want justice for him, but let's call a spade a spade. These was two street niggas beefing, amen. It all started when Yella Beezy got Roy Lee knocked off. Now why he did that, I don't know. Dude was a whole comedian, but allegedly Yella Beezy had enough of this man and got him killed. Mo 3 was not having that shit because that was one of his best friends, one of his only friends in the music industry, one of his only friends in the city. So what did Mo 3 do? Catch Yella Beezy at a strip club, chase him through every light imaginable, and shot the fuck out him on the highway. Yella Beezy, being way smarter than Mo 3, came back and got Mo 3 friend killed named Lil Bubba. The murder of Lil Bubba was publicized and shown all on TV because it was mafia style, so they knew then hits was being ordered in Dallas. After that, that put Mo 3 back against the wall, and he had to show that he was out here gorilla status. So he started stepping on shit, robbing shit, shooting shit, bragging about it. 3 was a whole villain. Trap Boy and Yella Beezy could not take it, so as a result, they commenced murder. Allegedly, they commenced it. So we saying long live 3, and that's on me. But the truth of the matter is we have 2 young black superstars who was very successful, had children, supported their family and friends. They were great black men for the community, but they chose violence and threw it all away. This is Dallas County. I do not understand why Yella Beezy or Mo 3 thought they could get away with this shit, but they about to learn real fast, because Mo 3 gonna get charged from the grave for all that bragging on them bodies he was doing. Y'all gonna see he wasn't no good guy.
You know, I'm about to switch the conversation up to the Big U situation, and this is like necessary to talk about this. at this point in the show. When I looked at that brother's clip and listened to him speak about everything that's going on in the streets of Dallas and have his face on the screen, I was thinking that was too much information. The reason I thought like that is because, right now, self-snitching and social media is in a place and in a state to where I go on social media and I see people putting bags of weed in their story. They selling weed and they got guns, and people are incriminating themselves at an all-time high. Now, the reason I said that about that brother is because, like, him breaking down the beef and Mo3 bragging on shooting Yella Beezy and these homeboys doing this and that and all of this crime, I can't sympathize with nobody that's participating in street activities. I just can't do it no more. At one point in time, it seemed like I would too, because at one point in time, I participated in street activities. But now that I'm a civilian and a tax-paying citizen, I could care less about what these brothers got going on. But the reason I wanted to speak about it on my platform before I do switch the topic up is because, like, I want to tell the young brothers something, man. That ain't the path you want to walk down and keep going down, because you ain't setting yourself up for nothing. I have never seen nobody make it out unless they chose the route out. I only seen people die or go to jail. I had one of my closest high school friends just recently get picked up, and he's 45, 46 years old, and it's over. He will never see the sun again as a free man. And it's just interesting that people want to be a part of something, be a part of a gang, be a part of a crew, be a part of a clique, be a part of an organization. And in our reality, it looks like it's beneficial at first, and then you lose everything. Rest in peace to Mo3, and I don't wish jail on no man. So at the end of the day, free Yella Beezy. But most importantly, I hope Yella Beezy get his mind right. Just get your mind right, dog. And if you participating in street activities and you watching this podcast, man, get your mind right. It's easier said than done, but I believe in you. You can do it. Switching up the topic, man. I went out to California in 2021. I went out to California again in 2023. Probably about to go out there again soon this summer. And, people was telling me to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and get you some chicken and waffles, even though I'm vegan. People was telling me to go to the hood and support Nipsey and buy some things or whatever, though. But that ain't who I am as a person. I've came to a point in my life where I've evolved to not needing confirmation that I'm great. Not needing internet acceptance. Not needing approval from people. And when I look at this situation and I look at No Jumper's platform and I think about WAC 100 and I think about the streets of California, they are the people that are telling on themselves and telling the street activities that they involved in the most. Real talk.
So this is going to probably be my last video. I'm going to go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about WAC. WAC, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing.
You know, people are promoting those podcasts and those platforms and those lives in Clubhouse that White 100 be on, and they be talking about crimes and you ain't down with the set. I want to play a clip or something too, but I'm gonna get right back to the conversation of Brick Baby and how he was talking. I was supposed to made the clip for this, but I just got the audio for y'all.
In the hood, and homies, nigga. Yeah.
Hold on. Heard it.
You got squabbles in the hood, and homies, nigga. Yeah. Those that you got squabbles in the set. On the hood. Hey, I got. Can you give us like at least 2 names from your put on and what block? I ain't never seen you at no meeting at Hyde Park, Horseman, or at 54th. When did you get put on? Baby, when did you get put on? I got put on in 2002. I got put out in 2002, Eileen Street at June House. What's up? Yeah, dead homie. So when you get put on? No, you haven't, bro. You been in man, cuz nobody was a part of my put on. They was a part of my put on. Oh, the dead homies. My first name was Baby Wild. He's an Izzy turned East Coast. That was the third.
Let me play just the first 3 seconds again for y'all to hear what he said.
Those that you got squabbles in the set. On the hood. Hey, I got. Can you give us like at least 2 names?
The brother said, I got more bodies than you got fights. Man, I couldn't be the police. I couldn't be the FBI. I couldn't be an agent. I would be working overtime on YouTube because y'all giving up all the information, man. You know what I mean? And I think it's specifically to California. I don't think that a lot of young brothers are incriminating themselves like gang culture is for status, for acknowledgement, to prove to social media that you are somebody. And then y'all going on white platforms doing it. Like Adam 22. Why give him the content? Why give Vlad the content? So you can incriminate yourself, because these things that you talking about on these legal platforms that they are paying taxes on is going to come up in court. Those platforms. And you're going to be sick, man. And back to Big U. You know, I heard about Big U a long time ago. I heard that Debo and Friday was imitating Big U because that's who Big U used to be on the block. That was the perception of Big U, who Debo is in Friday. And the gang that he's a part of is nationwide. I'm from a little old town in Knoxville, Tennessee, and you got over 200-300 brothers that's representing that gang in Knoxville. And I'm not trying to incriminate no one, but it's just nationwide. These gangs span nationwide because in the black community, when the young brothers grow up poor, they always want to identify with something and be a part of something instead of creating greatness on their own. And what was created was powerful, that Crip stuff. And during his conversation in that live that he had before he turned himself in, he talked about being a black man, and you know what the feds do to black men, and I haven't been nothing but a help to my community as a black man, and this is what they do to black men. Nah, this ain't what they do to black men. This is what they do to criminals. Don't make them people perceive that because you're black they're doing this to you. Nah, because they ain't gonna come pick a black man up that's abiding by the rules, the laws, and the regulations, because he ain't participating in those things, man. So don't use the black man element. And I wish Jell don't know, man. But the way he's speaking about people not wanting to give him no money for his organizations to be able to help out in the community with little league football teams and all of this and that. He took millions of dollars from the state of California and the city of Los Angeles to help out with gang prevention, and gang intention just got more heightened. And then he had this to say when he was on his way to prison also, and it sounded like he was describing embezzlement to me.
I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big ass picture and they going to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm going to be sitting in here. It's going to be years out of my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's over 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Just pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings.
You know, I want to say, like, let me turn that down. I don't want no. Yeah, let me turn that down. What I want to say about what he just said, he incriminated himself. A lot of people may not know that because he talked about what Development Option did, paid his bills. But if you look in the paperwork, that's not what they gave you the money for. That's not what they gave you the money for. They gave you the money to help out with gang prevention and help the youth in the community. It wasn't for you to pay your bills. That's embezzlement. That's a self-interest. You paying yourself as self-interest. And you also talk about PPP loans and getting money this way and that way. What was you actually using it for? Because you're gonna have a chance to prove yourself. And I don't wish jail on nobody, man. But I want to tell the youth something before I get off of these topics, because I ran down the Sauce Walker and Say So P situation. I talked about the Yella Beezy situation, and now the Rolling 60 indictment and the RICO or whatever. I talked about this, and what I want to say is that to the young brothers, man, go get your education. Go strive and work hard and keep a smile on your face, because one day it's going to be your time to shine. And don't participate in these activities where these brothers are hindering you, wanting to kill you, wanting to take your life, and they ain't going to help your family when you're dead and gone. They don't care about you at all. And, you know, I don't sympathize with criminals, but I don't wish jail on nobody. So at the end of the day, you know, this situation will continue to transpire. I'll continue to have conversations on it but don't incriminate yourself on the internet. Don't talk about crimes. Don't talk about what you participating in. And before I go, Big U also talked about his past history. His past history with these 21 individuals that they picked up. Now, what I think about that is that you don't have to affiliate with people for 5 to 10 years, but the actions that you did with them over the time that you did it with them, it could still be valid at the end of the day, and it still could hinder your life on down the line and cause you to be involved in a RICO or be involved in something you don't want to be involved in. Hey, man, I'm about to play one of the singles off of my latest album, It Was All a Dream. And we'll come back to the conversation, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to my podcast, man. It's easier said than done. Let's get right to it. Chill.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. I had to change my mental, upgrade my credentials. How a nigga came up, it wasn't accidental. Now monumental, more like legendary. A player never worry, bumping pop, Hail Mary, trapped off a Blackberry. Ain't contrary to your belief. I made it out them streets, don't acknowledge beef. Kept the play discreet, we too unique. On the winning streak, spent a couple racks at the boutique. I wouldn't change nothing, I'm always me. Never took a plea, nigga, you a flea. I'm your OG's OG. He called me for inspiration. Need a consultation, just make the payment for the conversation. If it's elevation or innovation, my expectation ain't limitation. You need a demonstration. My track record and reputation should be admiration. That's confirmation. I'm decoration for the trenches, off the benches, jump the fences, no penny pinching. We off the hinges. Hit the shot, my team winning. The series clinching. You niggas finished. Never timid. I've been a menace. No old dog, and every day is printed. Haters living 'cause my life changed. Should be happy, but you a real lame. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I...
Yeah. Let's get back into the conversation, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to my show, Real Spill, man. All the new subscribers to the channel, thank you. You know, we got some haters that been tapped into the show, but you can keep on hating. I enjoy your presence, Real Spill. Now, switching up the topic, Ye been going crazy on Twitter. Ye just released the album Bully, and I'm going to react to it later on in the week, because I think Ye has the best catalog in hip-hop culture, even though he is crazy. But during this tweet, he put out the 12 rap kings of who he think is the 12 rap kings. And I'm going to break it down to y'all. And he asked the question, am I missing any at the end of it? Now, the rap kings that he suggests is the kings of hip-hop is Wayne himself, Jay, Drake, Big, Pop, 50, M, LL, Run DMC, Nas, and Rakim. Now, when I think about that list, he left some people off purposely because, you know, Kanye is a hater. That's all I can say. He's a player hater. He hating on everybody. He might hate on you and then apologize to you the next week and have a conversation with you. Ye be wildin'. Now, the people who I perceive he left off the list as a rap king is Kendrick Lamar. He has to be acknowledged for his contributions to the culture as of recently. And what he previously done, he released a classic before he had this beef and this run to the Super Bowl and all of that. You have to acknowledge his accomplishments. You might not like what has transpired because you are a Drake fan right now, but Kendrick Lamar should be on the Rap Kings list. Another artist to me that should be on the Rap Kings list is Future. Future has had a run. He might not be a lyrical genius or whatever though, but I will put him in the game over Run DMC. To me, they had an impact on the culture with the Adidas and the rock and roll, implementing rock and roll to music or whatever though, but they haven't had an impact like Future has had. That's cap. So the 12 Rap Kings is his perception, but it's not accurate. It's other people that could be put in there, and to be honest with you, I would take a couple out, but I don't want to be disrespectful and have people view me in a way as a hater, because that's not who I am. But we're going to get to this Diddy call. He had Diddy on the phone, you know what I'm saying, talking about certain things that he is going through in prison, and he just talked to Diddy. But what's crazy about him talking to Diddy, I remember on Drink Champs when he cussed Diddy and Meek Mill out, calling them feds and all of that old type of stuff. Now he's having conversations with them. What's really going on? Well, Ye, what's up with this confusion, big dog?
You're real from the front line. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked. So you be careful.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing if they, you know what I'm saying? I need you out there, you feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, have some fucking fun.
Yeah.
Having no fun, and they get behind the mic, have some fun, chop up them samples, get back on your headband, vibe,
Yeah.
have some fun, get back to smiling.
Yeah.
These other motherfuckers, they'll waste your time, big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Waste your motherfucking time, you know what I'm saying? So put that love in your heart, man, and enjoy yourself, man. When I get out there, man, I'm gonna see you tear down the stadiums. I need to see you back on that stage. And you're actually rapping and performing and everything. I be dreaming of that shit.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for me to just grab the mic and get back on. It's like I love music again. It was a time when it's just like everything was so frustrating. I can't explain it, but
Jump into your bag, man. Jump into your bag. We're gonna have years and decades to fight these motherfuckers. Right now, enjoy your life. This is coming from me, from God to you.
Right.
Enjoy your life. Fall back in love like when you was making the beats in the shop. You're coming up to Daddy's house and rock studio and just chop them shits up. Bring that SP1200 out, nigga, the MPC. And have a good time and say the world and all the bullshit, man.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I love you, man. I appreciate you. And thanks again. And I'm gonna see you
The
soon.
Trevor Jackson Podcast.
You know what's crazy about that is that listening to that, what state is Kanye West in where a person that's in prison is giving you a motivational speech? He's telling you what you need to get back to, and he's in prison. What state are you in? This person who you talk bad about is speaking highly of you and telling you what you need to do. It's interesting to me. That's just interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how it's gonna be. You gonna definitely beat this shit. Yeah. Yes, sir. And that's it.
That's it, and that's all, baby. But I'm gonna make sure I call you back or something. It'd be good to hear your voice again.
Yeah.
Like 59 more days before trial, so I'll definitely be touching in to tap into your energy or something.
Yeah.
Play me some shit over the phone, give me some fucking life. This shit is fucking sad. I put daddy in jail. This shit is fucking sad as a motherfucker.
It's insane.
The devil is a liar. Word up, baby.
Coming out though.
Yeah, man. But I love you once again, man. I'm gonna let y'all go and get back to some fun, man. I don't want to bring your vibration down.
Never.
So keep it in a high frequency, man. And you keep doing everything you're doing, man. You got that freedom. And when I get out and I get that freedom, whew,
Right.
I am not caring about nothing but motherfucking being happy. And I want you to feel that.
Yeah.
I want y'all to have that for yourselves, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's it.
I know now.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for just taking care of my kids
Yeah, absolutely. I love you so much, man. It's like you raised me even when I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the love, yeah, for real. I feel the love, for real. It means so much to me. This right here is crazy. You be careful out there because they definitely trying to end us, you feel me?
Yeah.
They can't do it. They can't do it and they ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to beat this shit and get next to you.
Yeah.
We gonna raise our families and become the kings that we supposed to be, you feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But words can't explain how much it means to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like being left for dead, D, and only one person coming to do anything to get you. And that's the level of appreciation that I have to you. But just like taking care of my son, that's some like next up big brother shit, D. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to do that. You're taking my son and like, damn, nigga, coming a big brother father figure to him means a lot, you know?
Man, I appreciate that, man.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
You know, listening to Diddy talk during that phone call, I wonder if he was aware that Kanye West was recording him. Because I wonder if he wanted to be recorded saying the things that he said. And, you know, Ye has been disrespectful to him. Then he called him. He said that you raised me. You're talking crazy with feelings and emotion. Now he raised you. It's just a weird space. And listening to him during that call also, Diddy sounds real lucid. He sounds real aware. He kind of sounds healthy to me. Just to me. It's interesting on what they got him on and the charges and stuff. And I want to see this thing transpire though. But that phone call was very intriguing because I don't know where Ye trying to take it to. I don't know what he's trying to do with going against the grain with the swastika chain and embracing and acknowledging Hitler and stuff. He's going against the grain with everything he did. But the point to where he's going to be counseled by the hip hop community is with this disrespectful tweet that he put out on Jay-Z as of recently. And he said, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're the R word. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having R word children is a choice. The level of disrespect in that is nuts. Because to me, you can't get more disrespectful than that. Calling somebody kids the R word. Yay? Now, you can be sued or you can have someone attack you based upon saying those things. But he may want that type of acknowledgement right now because it seems like everything he does is for attention. And I'm off Kanye West. On to the next topic, man. On to the next topic. So, if y'all have been following my channel as of recently, or if you new here, I would highly suggest you go to the playlist, The Divorced Man. It's a book that I have been interviewing the author on as of recently. And we've been going chapter by chapter on this book. I have it right here beside me, The Divorced Man. And the reason I've been doing that is I have never been divorced. I'm a married man currently. And I've only been in one marriage. And the reason I've done that book is because it's educational and I just want to reach one person and one individual. And if I can help one individual, I will be, I would highly appreciate it. But we have a couple, a famous couple that has recently went through a divorce. And in this book also, he talks about the perception of men and women and how men are perceived as bad people in a divorce and how women are perceived as the victims and how they distribute things after a divorce. So Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert has recently got a divorce and it's been going viral and both of them been releasing videos and everything. And Tiana Taylor is trying to defend the narrative.
Made his money and so did I. I've been in this business since I was 15 years old. We're not going to act like several movies, several deals, all still active. all still active. And the crazy part about it is I said nothing when him and his lawyer told the internet, oh, Tiana's making more money. Tiana's bringing more money a month in than Iman is. Just because Iman played ball don't mean that this is a thing where it's like I'm trying to take money off of him. Iman haven't played ball since 2020. So yes, actively during the divorce, I was bringing more money than him in. I am. So it's just like, how are we sitting here making it seem like I'm being a gold digger or taking from him? And we're not going to do that. I bought my tour bus with my hard-earned money. I bought my Sprinter with my hard-earned money. I bought my Maybach with my hard-earned money. I bought my Maybach after Iman crashed my Rolls Royce and never replaced it. That I also bought. Okay? What are we talking about? Every single car that I walked away with, I literally paid for out of my pocket. Out of my pocket. Now, at this point, I made myself clear. Y'all going to think what y'all want to think regardless. Y'all going to still run with y'all narratives because that's what people do. But one thing you will have clear is that Tiana ain't take nothing from Iman. Oh, and that $1 million y'all claiming that 7-figure, 8-figure, it was a one-time fee of $1 million in damages. When Iman crashed the $400,000 Rolls Royce and Iman did whatever other stuff he did, that was the things he had to pay me back. Iman left me with a whole lot of shit. That's another thing. Let's be clear with that too. When you're dividing marital assets, when you're dividing houses and stuff, if it's still bills a part of it, if it's still whatever taxes, who you think got to pay for that? Because bitch, let's be clear. Bitch, you think auntie want to be stuck paying taxes and bills and da-da-da-da, boom, boom, boom? No. But guess what? I've been doing it. No. But guess what? I've been doing it. I've been doing it. So it's not a win-win for either one of us. At the end of the day, we were two people that really loved each other at one point. And let's be real. We were two people that really loved each other at one point. You feel me?
You know, they was a beautiful couple, man. I love them as a couple. I love her career. I love her music. I love Iman Shumpert as a defensive basketball player, as a champion with the Cavs or whatever. But I wanted to defend him. And the perception that was out there was that she obtained all of these things through the divorce. But as she just said, she paid for those things. She was just keeping the things that she already had. But the 4 houses that they had that he didn't get one of, how is that possible to me? Like, if we in a marriage and we have 4 houses, can I keep one? Like, where am I going to stay? Can I keep one of the 4 houses? If you love me or you used to love me, you should at least allow me to have one of them. Goodness, you got to take everything. Now, but the way she presented that, he wrecked the car. He didn't replace it. She paid for the Sprinter van. She paid for everything that she obtained. That's what she said. I have to stand with Tiana. You know, defend the narrative. Don't let the narrative be that you was a gold digger and you took all of these things from him, because if that's not reality, then I stand with you on that. But what's crazy is that in relationships, when I look at this situation and I think about what I have read in that book that I have been reviewing, The Brother on, and I really think everybody need to check that book out and go purchase it, is that he was not prepared. And 90% of men are not prepared for divorce. We don't understand it. We don't want to understand it. We be fools in love. And women be in marriage for the business aspect of it. Now, when I think about the male and the female aspect of marriage and divorce, women be prepared. They take their time. They may have known that they was going to divorce you a year before they gave you the acknowledgement that that's what's about to be done. And you're not prepared for it, and you lose it all. You procrastinate during the time when you're supposed to be standing on business, when you're supposed to be holding yourself down. You're supposed to be not letting nobody create a negative narrative about you. She's defending the narrative on social media while he is not defending the narrative about himself. It's just interesting. And I think that she was prepared for this.
So just like, please, I'm begging you. And that's another thing I want to say. Iman is extremely talented. I think he's an amazing writer, an amazing rapper. I think Iman is amazing at whatever it is he put his mind to, and I would like him to focus on that. Our names don't need to be attached for him to be great at what he's doing, and our names don't need to be attached for me to be great at what I'm doing. Our names in divorce do not need to be attached to one another for us to be great. So please, just stop. Just please, y'all mind your business. Like, I don't want niggas in a group chat, bro. Like, I don't want that. Like, please, y'all, I'm begging y'all. Like, from day one, I've asked for privacy in this matter. I'm not saying I asked y'all to give me privacy in my whole life. That part's gonna be what it's gonna be. But in this divorce matter, in this matter of my family, I begged y'all for privacy from day one. And he took that away from me. So I'm begging y'all again, please, just give both him and I some privacy when it comes to this divorce. And honestly, this divorce is signed, sealed, and delivered. So hopefully this never even have to come up again. But please let him do what he's doing in peace and let me do what I'm doing in peace. I'm begging y'all. I am begging y'all to let me get my back blown out in peace. All right, bye.
You know, that ending was disrespectful. It removed all of the positive that she said about this man. He's talented. He's creative. He's capable of doing certain things. But then at the end, she want to say, let me get my back blown out in peace. What that lets me know is that she moved on fast and she was prepared for moving on. She's over it. She's over it, man. She moved forward with her life and it's over. She's talking about having sex with another individual now. It's just, man, you gotta, as a man in this game of life that we call relationships, marriage, and divorce and stuff, you gotta prepare yourself, man. But it's easier said than done. Thank y'all for tuning into my show, man. I highly appreciate y'all presence, man. Real talk, man. Be forward to looking for more content next week, more book reviews, more music. I hope y'all checked out the Wale review of his new song, Blanco. And me and Rob, we will be doing more shows and stuff, man. Thank y'all for tuning into the podcast, man. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. And I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.